This is the model of a jet plane that can fly faster than the speed of sound. Since the Wright brothers invented the first airplane in 1903, the plane has become a very important part of our lives. As Woody's special feature, he has put together a film titled The History of Aviation. It is such an interesting and exciting subject that Woody insists to be presented in 3 parts. So here is the first episode of The History of Aviation. Take it away, Woody.
And now, my fine people, presto!
One of the first attempts at flying was by means of foot power. It's full speed down the ramp and into the wild blue yonder.
Whoops! Back to the drawing board.
This bird-like invention turned out to be strictly for the birds.
Hey, watch that gopher hole!
Here's the fellow who dreamed up the first rocket ship. He had the right idea, but the wrong approach. He's off at the countdown. Now he's down for the count.
Looks like he got a hot rocket in his pocket.
This flying baby buggy was designed for the carriage trade.
Uh-oh, it blew its top.
Cool heads and quick hands pulled the unlucky inventor to safety.
And he didn't even lose his hat.
The first ones to design a plane that surprised the skeptics were the Wright brothers, Orville and his brother Wilbur. On their first attempt, they flew only 120 feet. But man had finally conquered the air, and it was the beginning of the great era of aviation. Glenn Curtiss was another famous pioneer in flying. His ambition was to design and build planes that could fly longer and faster than any others. The first airmail. President Wilson inaugurated this service, and the first airmail flight was from Washington, D.C. to New York City. One of the greatest milestones in aviation was Charles E. Lindbergh's historic solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean. The airship Hindenburg, on its last transatlantic crossing. Suddenly, tragedy struck. A spark ignited the hydrogen gas in the bag, and instantly, the entire ship was a flaming inferno. It seemed impossible that anyone could survive this Holocaust. But by some miracle, many of the passengers were able to leap to safety as the flaming wreckage crashed to the ground. Another giant step in aviation was the autogyro. It played a big role in man's aviation plans for the future. The helicopter, invented by Igor Sikorsky, is the workhorse of the sky and is well known for its daring rescue work on land and sea. These model airplanes were created by our air-minded youngsters. There's a variety of all shapes, styles, and sizes. When it comes to a boy's imagination, the sky's the limit. Many of these junior inventors have come up with new designs and ideas that are now used by our leading plane manufacturers. The big day comes when the boys fly their models in competition, and each one is hoping that his creation will fly the farthest and the highest. From these youths of today will come our great engineers and scientists of tomorrow.